everyone. Welcome to Curry Senior Center's Senior Vitality Program. We're going to host a Zoom conversation today, and our topic is going to be delving deeply into the Fitbit community. So we're going to be looking at the Fitbit app and talking about a bunch of the fun features on that app. So I'm going to hand it off to my esteemed colleague and do some introductions. So I'm Angela DiMartino, the Wellness Program Manager at Curry Senior Center.
Hi, I'm Phillip Gerson, and I am the project coordinator for Senior Vitality at Curry Senior Center.
And I'm Lauren. I'm the Senior Vitality Assistant at Curry.
Great. Thank you guys so much for joining us. So, Phillip, why don't you tell us a little bit about the Fitbit community?
Sure. So, most people, when they think about Fitbit, their mind goes directly to getting steps and keeping track of heart rate and all of the very, very important things for exercise that the Fitbit helps with. But they have another component to the app that people don't necessarily use that much, but we think is really special and important, and that's Fitbit Community. And with that, there's multiple things that you can do. Angela's going to show us shortly on the screen the appropriate things to press, but just a brief overview. With Community, you can see things similar to what you would see on social media, on Facebook. People post their accomplishments, their comments, their thoughts, pertaining to exercise predominantly. So that's in your feed. And then you can also befriend people on Fitbit by reaching out to them, maybe colleagues or friends, and you can see how they're doing with their steps and comment, cheer them on, taunt. Not a big fan of the taunt, but that's something you can do. And there's also groups like on Facebook with certain interests. So there is this whole social component to Fitbit that I think can really benefit those that want to get inspired to exercise.
Okay, great. Thanks for that good overview. I'm going to share my screen now, and I'm going to share the Fitbit app. So this is sort of the home page for the Fitbit app, and you'll see that I have my my profile in the top left corner with my picture, and this is a snapshot of today. So this is the steps I took today and how far I've gone, how many calories I've burned, and how many active zone minutes I have. So we're not going to talk about those sort of details today. We're going to talk more about the community function and different parts of the app. So I'm going to talk a little bit about in the community section. So down here in the main menu along the bottom edge, you'll see Today, Discover, Community, and Premium. So Premium is the paid part of the Fitbit app. We're not going to talk about that today. So I'm going to go to Community. And this is where you can see three choices at the top of the page. So we have Feed, we have Friends, and we have Groups. So I'm going to start, I'm going to tell you a little bit about Feed. So Feed is, these are the posts that I see because I'm friends with certain people on the Fitbit app, and I see what they have going on with their steps and what they're posting about their walking or exercise. And if I scroll up, I can see some historical posts. Here's one I did this morning when I only had 900 steps, and I posted with my friends that I wanted to get moving. And then this section will suggest some groups I might want to join. So if I was interested in yoga or strength training or heart health, I could join those groups, but those are people that I don't know, but you would see probably some interesting information or posts from one of those 1.6 million members. So keep that in mind and how big that group is. Here's Kate, our instructor. She posted some information about her 0 steps in Russian. And there is a post I did that Lauren's going to talk about later when we talk about posting about your trophies. And here's another friend, etc. So that's the feed. Those are the things like in social media that come in. And there's a post from Phillip who's talking about his need to get his steps up this week. So that's the sort of news feed on Fitbit. And if I wanted to create a post myself, you'll see at the top, it says, what are you up to? And if I just tap my finger there, it gives me the option to compose a post about any of these topics. And it puts in already like a standard look to something. So if I wanted to post my dashboard, that's the snapshot of where my steps are right now. Those are the steps I've taken today. So I can choose the different colors, and you'll see on the bottom, the white one is outlined. On the bottom left, I could make my post blue, I could make my post black, or I could also post a photo. And it would like to access my photos to do that. So I'm just gonna skip that photos for right now. Whoops. Cancel, don't allow, cancel. And I'm just gonna share this post in blue. Why not? I like the color blue. And now it puts that snapshot into my post, and I can actually type my finger where it says, tap my finger where it says, what are you up to? And I can just put a little note about what I've got going on. So I'll just say, able to get moving at lunch today. So this morning I only had 900 steps, but I went out at lunch and I took a little walk, so I added to my steps. Now, as soon as I'm happy with what I put, I can hit the next button. And this is going to share this post by default with all my friends on Fitbit. And we'll talk about friends soon, or with a closed group that I'm a member of, which is Senior Vitality. So I'm going to share it with all my friends, and I'm going to hit post. So now you'll see I'm back in my feed, and you'll see the first post there is my post that I just did 1 minute ago. And Lauren's going to talk about cheering and messaging and things like that. So if Phillip and Lauren are my friends on Fitbit, so they might get a notification that I shared this post, and who knows, maybe Phillip or Lauren will cheer me that I got myself moving today at lunchtime. And then we'll see that on this feed. So the next section is friends. That's in the middle at the top. So if I tap on the word friends, these are all the people, a lot of them in our program or in friends that I have that are connected to me through the Fitbit app. So you can see folks' steps, and you'll be able to see where you fall in that list. So there's me, 40,000 steps in the past 7 days. So this shows me my profile. And I'm not gonna click on anybody else right now just because we're recording this, but you could click on their name and see their steps and more information about them. To add a friend, there's a little plus sign and a little person symbol in the top right-hand corner. So that's how you would add a friend. And if you tap that, you can go to, we always suggest using the email option. If you know your friend's email, you can type that email address in here and hit the word done, and that will send a message to your friend asking if you want to be friends on the Fitbit app with me. And the last section I was just going to highlight is groups. So groups are something you can join other people's groups. You can create your own group of friends, or you can see groups that you might like about certain topics. I think in the previous screen, you saw things about heart health and some other options. So we have a closed group with some of our Senior Vitality folks, and we have posts in this group. That means that the greater list of my friends, those 100 people I'm friends with, don't see these posts. This is just our internal group posts. So I'm going to exit out of that and go back and hit the Today button at the bottom. And now I'm back to my home screen. So that's a little bit about feed, friends, and groups. And I'm going to pass it on to Lauren, and she's going to talk about how we would message a friend or cheer on a friend.
Yeah, thanks, Angela. So that, like everybody was saying, a nice part of the Fitbit app and the community portion is being able to stay in touch with your friends. So you can actually send a message just to your friends, a specific friend that you want to say good job or anything really. So if you go back to the community portion and then tap the friends at the top middle of the screen, they'll show all your friends. And if you scroll, you can just look for the specific friend that you want to message. And once you tap the friend you want to message, you'll see at the middle of the screen, there's some menu items. And the one that we want to do is message. And that's on the right-hand side with the little speech bubble. So we'll just tap that. And so that just says that you haven't messaged this person yet. So begin the conversation. So to start typing, you just tap where it says send a message at the bottom and your keyboard will pop up. And as Angela's doing, you can type whatever you want. And then when she's done, she'll tap the pink send button on the right-hand side. And so now Philip will get that message. And if he
That
wanted
inspiring
to,
message.
and if he wanted to respond something like whatever he wanted to say back to Angela's message, he can, and it will pop up on the other side of the screen.
Yeah, I see on the top right of my screen, there's a little red dot, and that's letting me know that there is a message or some notification. And sure enough, there it is under messages.
And I
Great.
think on mine, if Philip messages me back, I'll get a notification that he sent me a message too. And I think that's on the home screen, right, Lauren?
Yes, home screen in the top right corner with the little pink dot, like Philip was saying.
So this shows the messages I sent out. So there's my message to Philip. And it takes a couple minutes to message. It's not as fast as text messaging on your phone. But when he replies back to me, I'll get a notification. I think in notifications, there we go. Well, those are some things Philip did a while ago. So you can see he did cheer my post. So he is supporting me, even though I was nudging him to get moving. Oh, there we go. So the message came through from Philip. So it's slightly highlighted a different color, right, Lauren? So we can sort of see that it's new and I haven't read it.
Yes, yeah.
So there we go. There's Philip's message back to me. So I can, where it says send a message, I can reply, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you can use emojis too. You don't even have to use words.
Nice. So that's one part that how you can interact with your friends using the community portion of the app. And so if you wanted to cheer somebody on, you can also go to that friend that you want to cheer on. So for example, maybe Nana, you can give her a cheer. And that's another one of those icons at the top of the screen, but the cheer is on the left. You can also taunt somebody, but that's a little more mean-spirited than a cheer. So we stick to cheers. And now Nana will see the notification that Angela cheered her, again on the her home screen in Today, and in the top right corner, it'll say, Angela cheered you. And so she'll maybe be more motivated to keep walking.
Yep. So like I had a notification that Philip had cheered my post 5 minutes ago. So that shows you when somebody cheers you. Oh, and my friend Rita. Thank you, Rita. Cheered my post too.
Yeah, so that's how to send messages and to cheer on your friends that you have on the Fitbit app. So next, Philip will be talking about how we can do challenges and adventures with our friends.
Thanks, Lauren. Yeah, the challenges and adventures resource on here is great because it does add another element, another layer of fun to it. And you get to see certain areas of the country. Yosemite, I know there's a couple that take place there. So to get to that, you go to Discover on the bottom, and on the bar on the bottom, the second from the right. Yeah, there you go. And if you have one of the premium accounts, there's tons of stuff that you can do. But even with the free account that the three of us have, there's a good deal. There's challenges and adventures that you can explore for months and months. So if you click at See All right there at the top, it breaks it down into the two categories: challenges first, and then adventures. So let's scroll through challenges and take a look at what it offers. It does it based on the amount of time. So they have ones that take place over the course of 24 hours. It starts there with 1 day, goal day. And then they also have the daily showdown. And then they have ones for the weekend. So there you have the weekend warrior. And then a challenge for the entire week, which is called the work week hustle. So those are all free for any Fitbit user. And then they also have adventures, and that adds a map and various ways that you can see the progress that you're making, and we can show you in more detail, but you can actually see yourself walking through Yosemite and all of the landmarks that you encounter. It's really great. So these are two of the adventures that they offer. One is the Valley Loop, and the other is the Pohono Trail. The Valley Loop, as you can see, it's a hike between Yosemite's mountains. So yeah, it does have this kind of magical element to it. So even though we can't all go out to Yosemite at this moment, and that would be great than going into the office, but you at least get to have it right there and see those landmarks as you're making progress with your steps, which is really nice. So what we have underway right now with the three of us, if you go back, is we have a challenge underway. And as you can see on Angela's home screen right there, if you scroll down past your steps, you have the work week hustle. And if you click on that, it'll tell you more details. As you can see, the three people participating are myself, Angela, and Lauren. Angela is doing much better than Lauren and myself. I'm at 43 steps. Lauren has 0, but I think she's charging her Fitbit currently. But below that, and this is going to take place over the course of the week. So as you can see, there's 3 days, 6 hours, and 22 minutes left. So I believe it ends the end of the workday on Friday. And it tells you a little bit about where we began at 12:36 and when Lauren joined, when Angela joined. Angela made that comment, "Oh yeah, bring it on." And she has, because she's way ahead of us with her steps. So what we wanted to do is also start something. We wanted to start a adventure now, and I'm going to let Lauren take it from there as to how that is going to happen.
Okay, so if we want to start an adventure, we'll first go into the discover portion, which we're already in at the bottom of the screen. And then you'll see challenges and adventures, which we already tapped see all next to. And so if we want to do a particular adventure, Angela just pressed see all next to adventure. And these are the two that are available to us on the free portion of the app. So we can do the Valley Loop, which is 35,000 steps, or the Pohono Trail, which is about 62,000 steps. So if we wanted to do the Valley Loop, since it's a little shorter, we'll tap start. It'll tell us how many steps it is. So it's 35,800, how many people we can invite, and what is involved in this challenge or this adventure, excuse me. So since it's already over halfway through the day, Fitbit suggests that we start it tomorrow to get a fresh first day. So when Angela is ready or decides she wants to do this adventure, she'll tap start tomorrow at the bottom in blue.
Thanks, Lauren. So the best way and easiest way is just to hit the start tomorrow button. And then this is where you're going to be prompted to invite your friends. So I'm going to hit that. And this gives me a list of all my friends that I want to maybe invite. So I'm going to pick, let's pick some friends in our program, outside the program, and see if they step with us. All right. And this is just alphabetical by first name. And Phillip. Better pick it up, Phillip.
No.
All right. Okay. And then if you see in the top right-hand corner, there's the start button. So I'm going to hit that. And it's going to go onto my homepage. So it flipped me back to my homepage, and you'll see I have 2 challenges right now. I have the Valley Loop, and it starts in 9 hours. So it starts at midnight tonight. And the Work Week Hustle, which I'm already killing it against Phillip and Lauren for the next few days. And I can see more information on either of those by just tapping on it. So this is the Valley Loop. So this is what it actually looks like. So once people start accepting that they're in the challenge with me, you see like a little picture of my profile picture, and I think the other one is Phillip, who's probably joined the challenge. And if I have other friends that join it, you'll see a little profile picture of each of them. And the fun part in these challenges is that you see people's profile picture move along the trail. So this is the trail, and once you get onto the trail, you can actually see landmark pictures along the way, which are real pictures of that trail. So there you go. And that is how you sign up for a challenge and invite your friends. Mm-hmm. So we talked today about a lot of different stuff. We talked about the community aspect, discovering challenges and adventures, inviting your friends to those challenges. But one thing to keep in mind is that for the different adventures, you can also do solo adventures. So you don't have to compete against friends, because some people feel like that might be a little bit too intense. You can also do a solo adventure, just competing against your own personal best and to see how long it takes you. So that's also on the Discover tab under solo adventures, and you can hit see all. And there's ones here that are based on the number of steps too. So you can just compete against yourself if you don't want to compete against anybody else. But you can still win some badges and trophies, which I think Lauren is going to talk about a little bit about next.
Yeah, thanks. So when you compete and then complete an adventure, you will, if you win that adventure, if it's not a solo adventure, so say I really pick it up and I beat Angela and Phillip, then I would get a trophy for winning the Valley Loop Trail Challenge. So those are actually located in our profile. So to get to our profile, we'll tap the top left little picture of Angela and then view your profile, which is at the top. And then in the middle of the screen, it will show us the badges and trophies with the little trophy icon next to it. So a badge, you get a badge when you have kind of like a landmark, like 20,000 steps in a day, 15,000 steps in a day, or I think there was some other ones like lifetime miles. And so you'll get those just throughout your time on the Fitbit app, which is kind of exciting to see, 2,500 miles is maybe the length of a monarch migration. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. So that's kind of cool. You also learned some fun facts. But if I wanted to show everybody that I walked the length of a monarch migration, I could tap that particular badge, and then below you'll see share. I would tap share. And then Angela could tap where it says, what are you up to? And maybe if she wants to say anything, she doesn't have to, but say what she wants to say. And then when she's all done, she'll tap next in the top right corner. She can choose if she wants to share it with just her friends or just the Walk with Vitality group. So she chose Walk with Vitality, and now she can post it by tapping post at the bottom. And so that's one way to share your badges and trophies. And another way is in the community section itself. So Angela can go to the community section of the menu at the bottom. And under feed, you also see at the top, what are you up to, which you can tap. And when you tap it, you can see your badges, your trophies, and even any of your steps or sleep if you're really wanting to show your friends what you've done, an accomplishment. So Angela tapped trophies, and these are all the trophies that she has won. So Weekend Warrior, she has won. And if she wanted to share that with everybody, she could tap that first place. And also have a little message at the top by tapping what are you up to and then typing.
I feel like I'm bragging a lot, so I don't know if maybe I should have posted this. But
so if she wanted to post it, she would tap next, and then post at the bottom. But since we already posted about the monarch migration, we'll just pass and we'll tap back and then the exit. And yeah, so that's a fun way to share your accomplishments, and they have cute little icons like that butterfly. And you can do that upon finishing your adventures with your friends. So yeah, that is another fun feature of the community part of, oh, and Angela just cheered Phillip. So that's
Gotta support my people.
You watched a live cheer.
I watched a live cheer in action. And maybe Phillip will support my monarch butterfly flying.
I'm looking for the monarch, but it's
I think
not
it's
in your
in Walk
feed
with
yet?
Vitality.
It's in your Walk with Vitality group.
let me see if it came up in the
Oh.
group. Yep, there it is.
So
I'm definitely going to cheer it, and I'm going to ponder a comment for that has to do with butterflies. So that
there
will
we
be
are.
coming.
So I went to groups and Walk with Vitality, and there's my post about the monarch. Oh, there we go. 2 people cheered me. Yay.
Oh.
And I can tap on it and I can see that Lauren and Phillip cheered me. Thanks, guys. It's so supportive. And I'll just go back to our homepage. So we did a lot today. We went all over the West Coast there with our adventures, virtually and on the app. So I hope you guys all enjoyed this. And if you ever have any questions, please reach out to anyone on our program staff. And we hope that everyone takes advantage of the fun aspects of the Fitbit app, joins a challenge, even if it's just competing against yourself, and making things really healthy and exciting to be out and about, even if it is virtually. So I'm gonna stop sharing my screen and we'll just wrap it up. Thank you so much, Phillip and Lauren, for participating in our Zoom conversation today. Check out our YouTube channel, Senior Vitality. Please subscribe and like and share and leave us some comments. We love to hear what you think. And I hope everyone has a great day. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Angela.
Bye.
Bye.